Hi Derby students, I'm Mr. Liggett.
And I'm Steve Liggett, his son, and this is the cardboard bridge testing fixture.
All right, so this testing fixture, we're gonna build this testing fixture with you today. This fixture is something that we are going to put at the school for students to use, but this is something that if you wanna build one yourself, this is how you can do it. We made this with one 2x4 and 16 screws. It costs us less than $10 to make, and we're going to show you step by step how to do this. The way this is built is we have two long pieces on each side, and they are screwed into two L-shaped pieces. These L-shaped pieces, this piece is laid on the flat, this piece right here is laid vertically. The screw goes into this face right here. Same thing on the other side. Screw goes into this face. So we have two identical pieces, and then these two pieces sandwich it all together.
The materials we used were one 2x4, one handsaw, and if you have it, a power saw would work, one speed square, a pencil, a measuring tape, 16 2-inch screws, a 1/8 inch drill bit, a cordless drill, a drill bit matching the screws, and one impact drill.
We're gonna build four 9-inch pieces and two 29.5-inch pieces. This is my son, he's in 6th grade. This is a project that students from 6th grade to 8th grade should be able to do with supervision of their parents.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this together. This is something that we're hoping that you and your parents will be able to do as a project together, and it might be kind of fun. And there are some tools that are required to build this. You will need one 2x4 and a handful of screws to do this, but we're going to show you how to do this. So, Stevie, we're going to be building this piece first. So, how long is that piece?
9 inches long.
9 inches long. Okay, so you're going to need a tape measure, and let's bring this down. All right, go ahead and measure it. Now you're going to want to use either a pencil or a marker to mark onto the board. And then if you have one, it's nice to use a triangle or a square to mark a straight line. Yeah. This is going to help you cut a straight line when you're cutting with the board. Now you might have a power saw that you might have access to. We have one, but we also have this handsaw, so we're going to use this handsaw. Make sure you're wearing your safety glasses while you do this.
Now the way to do the first cut is put the blade of your saw all the way back onto the line and just slowly go back, and then you have
And so what does that do?
It takes away a little bit of the material. So you have a little indent right at the mark, and then you can take that indent and start cutting away.
Now that indent, when you pull it back, pulling doesn't cut anything. Here, hold on for 1 second. Pulling the blade does not really cut anything. It will remove a little bit of material, but what that does is it makes just a small indent so that your blade isn't going to move on you. When you press, that's when the blade cuts. Now, you don't want to put too much pressure on the blade when you're cutting. You want the weight of the blade to sort of carry it through. If you feel that you're getting caught and the blade's not moving, you're probably pressing too hard. All right, go for it.
Can we get that first indent?
Now I'm holding the board for him so that he's able to cut it and it doesn't move around on him. You could use a clamp. as you get further through the board, you're going to find that you're getting into a very thin piece of board at the bottom. You might tilt your blade up so you're cutting across that thin part, and it'll cut faster. Go ahead and show them. All right, excellent. So this is one, let me see it. This is one 9-inch piece. You need 4 total 9-inch pieces. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut those. We have 4 9-inch blocks.
Mm-hmm. And now we're heading on to the 29.5-inch long blocks.
So yes, we have 2 blocks that are 29.5-inch long. So we're going to go ahead and make those. Okay, so we have one 29.5-inch piece, and the last piece is a little bit longer. So we're going to cut that last little bit off of there. I like to use the factory end. So this end right here is the factory end. So I'm going to flip it over. We're going to measure 29.5 inches. Go ahead and mark it. That's 29. Okay. We're going to use the triangle to make a straight line, and then we're going to cut this. And then our then our boards will be finished. All of our boards will be cut. All right. All right. So we should have 2 29.5 inches long and 4 that are 9 inches long. So next thing we need to do is we need to put these together, but this step is optional. There are some holes that we can drill into this. A good size would be an 1/8 inch or smaller than an 1/8 inch. So we're going to go ahead and drill those into these. There are 2 holes in the face of this. Okay. All right. They are, where is it? 1.5 inches in. Inch and a half in here. Okay, and then 3/4 of an inch down. 3/4 of an inch down here. We have our marks. These pilot holes are going to help guide the screws when we're actually going to put them in. Look at the dimensions to see how they're placed. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and drill those in. The 2 on the front drill all the way through. So you're going to want to get something, a piece of scrap wood that you can drill into. So you don't drill into your family's, yeah. Okay. So we have all 4 of the 9-inch blocks and ready to go. Now we have our 29.5 inch blocks. These have 3 holes in each end. These holes go all the way through the board. Okay, so this is what one end will look like. The distance from the end of your board to this is 2 3/16. The distance from the end of your board and this mark is going to be 11/16. Now, the real goal here is that you want this block, the inside of this block, and the inside of the block down here to be 60 centimeters apart, which is it's 23 5/8. 60 centimeters and 23 5/8 are about the same. So that's our real goal. So I might make adjustments here when we're actually building this, but this is really close. All right, so. All right, so we have everything drilled now. We have our 2 long pieces, which we're going to set aside for now. And we have our 4 9-inch pieces. Come on over here. Now, 2 of them, we have some in the faces like that. What's going to happen is these 2 pieces are going to be drilled together like this, so that the top of this and the top of this are flush, okay? And there's going to be a screw that goes in this face that connects this to it. Now, you can use screws. You can use nails. If you don't have a drill, that's no big deal. You can use a screwdriver to screw the screws in. All right, it takes a little more time, a little more effort, but it's possible. We are going to be using a drill, and we had some deck screws left over, some 2-inch long deck screws. However, any screws or any nails would work for this as long as they're at least 2 inches. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to set you up. This is going to go into that, and I'm going to set a second block underneath this just to keep it vertical. Okay, so our goal here is that we want the top of this and the top of this
to be
perfectly aligned, and the ends to be just right. Okay, so here is the screw, and here is the impact. Okay. There you go. So that looks like it is flush. Okay, so right here we have one of the L-shaped pieces. The bridge is actually going to sit on top of this when we're finished. Okay, we're going to set that aside. Actually, we're going to use that to support the next one. Set this right there. All right. Get this all lined up. So everything's ready. All right, let's get it all lined up. All right. That looks pretty good. All right. So we have our 2 end pieces. These are the pieces that our bridge is going to sit on top of. If your bridge goes beneath the surface of the top, the inside of your bridge will be up against this portion as well. Then we're going to take these 2 longer pieces, and they are going to sit like this and like this. Okay. Now, the ends of these will actually hang past this board some. Okay. This was so we could make sure we can do all of this with a single 2x4. Okay. So what we're going to do, Stevie, is we're going to Set that up there like that. We're going to line this up just like so. Okay, so that's our first side, very strong. We're going to flip this over and we're going to put this side on next. So the most critical part of this whole build is right now. This is the top of our bridge fixture. The bridge is going to sit in here. It's very important that this piece and the inside of this piece are 60 centimeters apart. So what we're going to do is, at this point, we're going to make a special mark. We're going to take our measuring tape. We're going to measure 23 and 5/8. So 23 and 5/8 is, nope, it's past 23 and a half. It's 2 marks past 23 and a half. It's right there. You see that?
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take our triangle. We're going to draw a straight line there. We're going to use that as a guide. I'll have you do the other side. Okay. Here's the tape measure. Move this out of the way. Here's your marker. 23 and 5/8. 2 marks past 23 and a half. Okay, go ahead and use your triangle to draw a nice straight line. Okay, so now that we have this mark in place, when we place this in here, we're going to want the inside face of this piece to line up with that line. Okay, that's the most important part right there. So we're going to, and we want to make sure that the L, the top, is in the right direction, so that these are both lined up just the same. Okay, so let's go ahead and set it down like that. Get it lined up. And then I'm going to have you drill in that side once I get it lined up. So you want 23 and 5/8. That looks like 23 and 5/8 to me. And this side also looks like 23 and 5/8. All right, so we have one more screw to put in right there. Yeah, that one all the way. Okay. Good. This is a finished bridge fixture. You're going to set your bridge inside of this or on top of this, and we're going to be setting things on it. Yeah.
You can stand on it.
You might be able to stand on it. If you build your bridge strong enough, you might be able to stand on it. That's the goal. So, all right. Thank you very much.